with Wake Forest. 14.
Did you see that the guy from Stanford make that crazy catch? He was like pinned it against the defender's back. That shit was crazy, man.
Nah, I didn't see that.
You should check that out. It's pretty crazy. He's like falling back and then grabs behind the dude, tucks the football against the defender, catches it that way.
So they
both fall down.
Yeah,
I think they did.
it's Stanford.
Let's see.
So is that considered a long knife or a big ass sword?
I think it's a knife, man. I don't know.
Is it shaped like a knife?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Pyramid Head's knife.
Whose?
Pyramid Head.
Oh. Oh yeah, you watch it.
Dang, you get your shit quick on like. I'm just still getting on there and see the sport. They take this damn computer somewhere and get it rebooted or something. Damn thing.
Pyramid Head's knife. Told you, let me look at it.
Keep getting it. Get it.
It's fine. See how you are.
Nah,
It's fine.
it's okay.
Alright. Cool. What is this, 13? Yeah. I gotta remember you guys are this way now.
Yeah, remember. God damn.
Yeah. Cool.
Technology sucks right now.
Okay. Sean, you're actually somewhat loud tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, better than sometimes.
Yeah.
I drank early. Not the Yingling, but well, I had a Yingling can at my cousin's house.
Yeah.
But other than that, I had liquor. There it goes.
Alright. Here we go. What's up, my dudes? Welcome to episode 13 of They Got a Podcast, the only podcast on the internet featuring Steven the Muscles Dawson. That's right, we're back again this week. I'm that Steve Dawson, and with me as always are my two best buds, Sean and Will. What's up, guys?
How's it going, Muscles?
Oh, you know, I'm just getting beefed, man. Just getting beefed. I was told last week I was the muscles of the podcast, so now I'm just trying to embrace that persona.
So who's the bronze? You know, bronze?
I don't know. You told me I was the muscles, so
I guess I'm the goon.
you're the what? You're the gooch.
Guess I'm the gooch. Is that what he said? It's just the in between.
Yeah. Well, let's get this podcast started off right by tapping that keg.
Tapping the keg.
Tapping the keg, popping the top.
Up, keg.
Oh yeah, here's my incorrect beer. So what I'm gonna do to you guys is I'm gonna make you get this next week, and I'm gonna get a Yingling next time.
I don't even know what that
And then-
is.
Hopefully this isn't awful, but if it is, then you guys can enjoy it next week.
Where'd you even get that from?
I don't know. She was just there. I've never seen whatever the fuck this is before, and it's just. It has a picture of a pumpkin on it, so it's probably gonna be fucking god awful.
I had this.
Yeah,
Last night.
Sapporo. I told him to get that last night.
This
Oh, yeah.
Sapporo's really good.
Yeah,
So
they have
this
a lot of
week
good places.
we are, Sean and I are drinking Yinling traditional lager, and Will, for some random ass reason, decided to pick up something with a pumpkin on it.
he went in with his eyes closed, just trying to.
I guess
I thought I had it, and I guess I grabbed the wrong one. I wasn't paying attention, but
he got distracted about pumpkin,
I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Yeah, I just.
which proves
When I came home, I was like, what the fuck do I have, like, orange beer over here? And then, yeah.
it just proves that Will is one of those basic bitches we were talking about a couple of weeks ago.
He's not the
He was
smart
too
guy.
distracted while he was ordering his mocha latte frappuccino half calf.
This is gonna be you guys next week. You guys are gonna be.
Is it pumpkin flavored?
fucking- Yeah, it's. Well, I mean, it's a Harvest Patch Shandy. It's totally fucking pumpkin flavored, man. This is the weirdest fucking beer in the world.
I can't wait. You're gonna have to text me that name, and
Yeah.
God
Yeah,
help me
it
next
is
week
like
when I
a-
try to pronounce that.
It's like German sounding, but it's Starbucks flavored.
So basically, what you're saying, it's made from the devil.
Yeah, basically. I mean, okay, it's not the worst thing I've ever had.
Yeah, yeah.
It's certainly not the best.
Well, you keep
How-
drinking that, and Sean and I will keep drinking a romance beer.
You have Guinness over there?
Yeah, I actually do still have some Guinness.
You still haven't drinking it all?
I still have. I think I have like 3.
5.
No, I think I have like 3 left.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, you can do it. I did it. Nasty.
You had cans though.
Yeah, which made it worse.
I get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's true.
it's true. So Sean actually, we were talking about food or something. I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh, I was telling him how whenever we go out to eat, typically if I get like a beer with food, I get the beer that complements the restaurant. So if I go to like a Mexican style restaurant, I get like Corona or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we were talking about like Chinese and Japanese food. He was talking about they might eat that, and I was like, "Oh, you should pick up like Sapporo or what's the other one, Sean? I told you, Kirin and
Tell with an S. Borrow- No.
no, Sapporo's the one you got. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I told him a couple of the ones. That's the ones I always drink, but they're really good.
Yeah, I had that one, and then I had a Bud Light draft. There was a on sale, not sale, but they had a special one. So I just got a draft the Bud Light.
Yeah.
She had a sangria. She actually liked the drink. She said she could drink that. Good.
Nice. Well, let's
Sangria can be alright.
do what?
So sangria can be good sometimes.
Oh
Some fruit in there. Delicious.
yeah.
Dude,
So-
look, before we get any further, like, she gave me one of her rolls, and it had crab meat in it. I can't stand anything from the ocean at all.
Oh yeah, that's right. You went and
What's
ate.
wrong with you, man?
He doesn't
First-
like any
first
type of
mate.
seafood, like
Yeah, it was
whatsoever.
her brother, so I ate.
Oh, I heard him, and then I asked him, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Crab meat.
That's the same thing I asked him the other day.
Touch my tongue. I was like,
I mean,
It
I
blows my
like
mind.
fish, but I understand when people don't like certain fish, like, you know, like they don't smell that great. The
Yeah,
cat
yeah,
tastes
yeah.
like that. That's fine. You don't like crab meat?
He doesn't like crab, lobster,
Shrimp.
shrimp, any type of fish. Like if it comes out of the ocean, he doesn't eat it,
Dude,
which blows my mind.
yeah, that's crazy.
I've come to realize he is a very picky eater.
yes.
Yeah.
I passed up opportunity to go out on a ship for 6 months and get paid a shitload of money because I don't eat fish. Because that's basically what Bill was going to eat, and I was like, fuck it, I'm not going. Besides, I can't swim either.
Also, a good reason not to go out in the middle of the
Yeah,
ocean.
Yeah, wear a life jacket and floaties and shit.
Well, let's jump into the first segment. Well, I guess technically now it's the second segment because it changed a little bit. But regardless of whatever segment it is, it's always going to be Sean's favorite segment, and that's what's in the box.
It's kind of tied up with your lot.
What's in the box?
Let's see. Sean, you go ahead and start us off. I feel like it's. Well, go ahead, Will. I don't know. I don't know what the rotation is. I don't.
Man, if there's a rotation. No, I don't know. I don't think there is.
Potion roll, wait.
But I actually have something to answer this time. So
Go ahead.
Go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, since we have something to answer.
Yeah. I've been playing Metal Gear Online this week.
Yeah.
Just came out fairly recently. I forget when. I think it came out like, I don't know, early October. Who fucking knows what day it actually came out.
Right.
But it's been pretty good so far, actually. Pretty good. It reminds me a little bit of, like how you were saying earlier, Steve, Uncharted multiplayer.
Right.
Mostly because it's like not the main focus of the game.
Yeah.
And then there is, I think it reminds me a lot of Ghost Recon too. Remember the one we played? I think it was Future Soldier.
Future Soldier. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. It looked.
Yeah, they even got the active camo stuff. That hand.
Yeah, it looked really fun. I don't know how much I would like dive into it. I don't think I would spend hours upon hours playing it, but it looked really fun. I don't know. I can't get into multiplayer anymore. Maybe it's because I don't play with anybody, you know. But
yeah, I know what you mean. It's just it is harder for me too. Every time I play a multiplayer game, usually I'm bored.
My time's very limited to playing.
4 hours done.
So I try to get single player done.
Yeah. I hate the ones that the guys will like just shoot at you or beat you up for no reason. Like they'll follow you around. They don't like you. They just want to know the hell out of you and it.
Yeah.
And the campers.
That was my life in middle school.
Just people in tents just harassing me all the time.
Just
Fucking
all the
campers.
I had this guy on Advanced Warfare. He just kept hitting. I was like, what the hell is your problem? Because he can hear me on the mic. And he just kept doing it until I just fucking out leave.
Yeah.
I think that's what he wanted me to do. Because I guess I went into this party that he had friends up there.
Yeah.
But I just left. I said, man, he definitely.
It's funny, I actually played a little bit of that today. My son and I played. He wanted to play with me, so we played some of that.
I still love it. I still like that game. I think me, you, and Steven, somebody else get there. I think, because I need to click the map. It's like, was it 25 levels, something like that?
Oh, for the trophy? Yeah. Yeah. So, Metal Gear Online, I saw you streaming that a little bit, and that's when I was watching you play it. But that's all you played?
Pretty much, yeah. I actually played a decent amount of it. There's one night where I was, like, that night that you got on in the morning, and you're like, damn, you're up late. Yes, I am. I think it was pretty late. I don't remember how, it had to be like 3 or 4 here. It's pretty fucking late, like AM. So
Yeah.
Pretty late.
Sean, what have you been diving into?
I've been playing that Resistance that you let me borrow. Resistance Fall Man. And I actually played that one.
So that's the one you played and not the second one?
Yeah, but I never beat it. I thought I beat it, but I didn't. I got pretty far in the game, but I remember as I was playing it, I was like, damn, I never finished it. But I played Monday that you gave to me Tuesday. I was up till like 2 o'clock in the morning playing it, and I was just, like, I wasn't drunk or drinking, but I was just shit-faced in the morning because I had a headache, I was hungry, I didn't want to go to work at all. I was like a ghost and like a zombie at the same time because my eyes were just red. I just moved slowly. I was shaking because I was so damn tired.
Jeez.
That game's weird. Like you can get caught in it really quick.
So, despite dying, how do you like the game?
That was awful. Like even when I die, I don't get mad. I don't get frustrated. I'm like, okay, I died. I'm gonna beat this time. Yeah. Because I used that alien gun called Bullseye. I'm trying to learn how to use it. You shoot one of the homing biggest on them. Bullets just go around the corner and hit them.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah. But I like using my gun. They go.
The carbine.
Yeah, that one Garrett looking thing.
I like that one better.
That's the one that's got like the grenade launcher or something on it.
Yeah, that one's probably better overall. The other one's just really cool though. How the bullets follow them and shit.
Alien guns are like really cool, but I feel like they're not as effective as like the human guns.
It takes a lot.
Yeah, they usually just don't kill as quickly.
So, are you like hooked into playing the rest of them? I mean, there's only 2 more, but
yeah. I like playing the series of games.
Yeah,
like, it keeps me going. Like I like playing the series.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you didn't get it. Like, man, this game sucks.
I like it.
That's the first one. So it's probably like the worst one in some ways. So. In some ways.
Yeah, in some ways, yeah. The second one I feel like plays better, but that again they took away the weapon wheel for that one, so you can only carry 2 guns, and that's the thing that kind of sucks about it. Because you're like, oh, I really like this gun, but I want to check out what this other one does. So.
I feel like the first one's story was kind of cooler.
Yeah, the third one's hands down the best. The third one is like definitely the best one.
It's funny because when you play 2 players, it's still on that single player mode. Like the only person who survived was the
Nathan guy. Yeah.
And then but when you're playing, you're just a random soldier playing with him, and like you don't get no mention of it at all.
Yeah.
Just, like whole time. It's like you didn't do that.
That's his imaginary friend. That's why the story doesn't talk about him.
Yeah, the other characters never acknowledge him because he's not real.
Yeah. So for me, I'm trying to think of what I played. I started playing Season 2 of The Walking Dead because I never finished it. So I started playing that Monday night.
Yeah.
And I finished the first episode. What did I play before that? Oh, Daylight. Wasn't that? That's what I was playing. Yeah, so I played Daylight too. Played that.
Halloween kick now?
Yeah, I'm trying to, I guess, knock out some of these horror games that I have. So yeah, I started off Monday night playing Daylight. It took me like an hour and a half to play the entire game and finish it. And then, yeah, I went to Season 2, Episode 1 of The Walking Dead. Man, those games, like, I forgot how, like, good those games are.
Yeah, they really are. Like, that little girl.
Yeah.
She's, what, 10, maybe 11?
I feel like maybe they said that she was 13 in this game, like, throughout the game, but I can't remember.
Like,
but still, yeah, I couldn't imagine, like...
As soon as you start, what she's doing. She's walking somewhere. She goes in the bathroom. Like she's washing up, and then a girl comes out of nowhere, grabs a gun, ready to kill her because she wants, supplies and shit. Yeah. And then it's fucking crazy. Yeah. Just watch them. Just go ahead and look at that stuff. Yeah. It's just crazy stuff. I don't want to spoil it or ruin it. Yeah. But that damn little girl goes through some shit.
Yeah, she goes through some mess in that first episode.
Goes through some shit. She
but
definitely does.
I really hope they're working on a Season 3, but there's no telling what those guys are working on now.
There's no telltale.
Exactly.
I love the fact that they don't explain to you how the virus started and everything like that. I think that's what everybody's drawn to, the fact, like, what's going on, how it happened, when did it start and shit. But I really do want to know. Because, like, I just want to know.
I don't know.
It won't change my, mind about how the game or the movie Walking Dead, the TV show Walking Dead different. Like, I just still will watch it, play it.
Yeah.
Actually, how it is.
Yes.
Part of me wants to too, but then again, I
think it's one of those things where you want to know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you like how they're making a Han Solo movie. It's like, you want to know about Han Solo. But the more you think of it, you're kind of
But do you really want to know?
But do I really want to know? Like, isn't Han Solo already cool? Like, what they do ruins it. I feel like there's a big potential to make it worse instead of better.
And see, the thing is like they did the miniseries talking about the TV show of Fear the Walking Dead. And to be honest, I wasn't even hyped for that. And I love The Walking Dead. I love the comic books. The comic books are so much better than the TV show. But I love the TV show. Love the video games. Even the shitty one that Activision made, it's pretty decent. And it's not great, but it's okay. But when Fear the Walking Dead got announced, I was like, do I really want to know what happens at the beginning of this outbreak to do all this? And I still haven't even finished. It's only 5 episodes for the entire season. I think I still have 2 on the DVR to watch, and I'm just I'm not interested in it because I don't like any of the characters, the main characters of this show. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen them all, but I know where you're coming from. It's mostly I watched them all because I just finished the previous season of Walking Dead, and I was just like wanted more Walking Dead.
Yeah,
but it's definitely not like on that level. It's maybe on the level of like Walking Dead's weak seasons.
Yeah,
which
it's really.
I don't understand why I'm still watching The Walking Dead because it's had some really fucking atrocious seasons in my mind, and that's what it reminded me of. Just like.
Did you watch
the drama about shit that there doesn't need to be drama about, and not focusing on the fucking drama of people eating each other?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Did you watch Sunday's episode?
I've seen the first one of the newest season.
Yeah, so that's Sunday's. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So what did you think about that one, without spoiling anything?
They had kind of like an artsy kind of cinematography thing going on there that I didn't like.
Oh, you didn't like it?
It was a good episode. Yeah. Didn't need to be there.
I mean, I mean, there was no need for it. I mean, there's no need for it in any type of TV show or movie when they do stuff like that. But
no, but I feel like every once in a while it's like, oh, this is cool. For that one, I was just kind of confused. I was like, where the fuck are we in the story? Like, it took me a while to figure out where we were, and then like once I figured it out, I'm like, why are they doing it like this?
Yeah.
Like, the fuck.
I thought it was a pretty good episode, and I liked the way it ended too, because it's almost like one of those season finale endings for that one episode. You're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I realized?
What?
Zombies went from eating just brains.
Yeah.
Being part of the human body.
Yeah. But that happened a long time ago too, though.
How are they able to digest the...
They don't.
It doesn't make any sense.
They don't.
Anytime the only zombies that make any sense are the ones from 30 days. What is it? 28 days later and 28 weeks later.
Yep.
Because they can be shot anywhere. They can die.
Yeah.
And they starve to death.
Yeah.
And they don't decompose like these other zombies do.
Right.
Those are the only zombies, and they don't even call them zombies.
You know what?
They just rage.
Yeah.
Whereas like Walking Dead zombies, the only way to explain that is magic. Literally the only way to explain
exactly.
Because
you know what I've never understood about like
sense.
Zombies, you know, in any type of like movie or TV show or whatever. Whenever someone gets attacked by one of these zombies, and say it's one of the zombies that's like been pretty like beat the fuck up and like it's been eaten by whoever and whatever, like it has one arm, half a fucking leg, you know, half its face is gone, and it's still like grabbing this dude that's a buff guy or whatever, like someone that's not in a wheelchair, basically. Yeah, and and they're still like having trouble fighting this thing off, and I'm like,
yeah,
that doesn't really make sense because this zombie no longer has like muscle mass.
Yeah, so there's lots of problems like that where none of that really makes any sense. And then how I was talking about earlier, where I feel like they always have to create drama where there really wouldn't be any. Like every time they fight zombies, almost every time somebody lets a zombie walk up to them and grab them.
Oh yes.
And it's like it's almost every time they run into any group bigger than like one or two.
Yeah.
And it just boggles my mind. I'm like, you really have guns. Like, just walk away if they start walking too close to you. Just keep like a 6-foot buffer at least. If you're fucking crazy, 6 feet. If you're a normal fucking human being, 20 feet, you can still shoot your gun accurately. Like, it just boggles my mind.
Hold your positions. And then somebody was like, oh, I dropped this. I gotta go back and do this.
Yeah. I hate that too.
Like, for me personally, if this ever happens in real life, depending on who you are, if you go back to get some, I'm automatically going to shoot you or stab you because you're just going to be dumb as hell. Like, don't go back for anything. I mean, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, don't do it because I will leave your ass. I'm not fucking safe.
Right.
My daughter, like, I love them to death, but for some reason, if they get bit, like, I'm just going to put you out, like, because I don't want you to suffer, and I will mourn for your death when I can, but don't run back for shit. Fuck a teddy bear. Fuck anything. Like, just leave it alone. Don't give a damn if it's big ass buffet and then you haven't ate for 30 days and you just can get that chicken. Like, no, leave it alone and run. Like, I understand what you're talking about, Will, because it's just dumb as hell how to do that shit.
That's funny.
Yeah, there's lots of things like that where I feel like they just like reach for things, and like, I still like the show a lot, but they're always, every episode has to have like some kind of like points of drama, and some of them make sense and some of them fucking do not. and then they'll have seasons full where they just all do not.
Yeah.
And that's when it gets really bad.
Right.
Like every movie does this. Like they try to do like the most realism shit that they can in movies, but then sometimes they leave out like a big hole, or like they do something that like doesn't make sense. But for me, with zombies, period, is when they do get up close and like you stab them or you shoot them and like the blood gets on you. And
I think about that almost every episode when they get blood all over their face. I'm like, so if a drop goes in his mouth, is he not sick?
Exactly. Like, your mouth is open because you're screaming. Like, you know, damn, you're explosion them, shooting them, whatever. It's getting in there. It's getting in there.
Yeah, that confused me a little bit, too.
I guess when the zombie apocalypse happens, STDs are the least of your worries. So.
Yeah. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Like, the only way you can kill them is shooting them in the head to shut off the nervous system of the zombie, which make them, undead or alive or whatever. Like, I can understand that because the mind, we didn't have no shit cool about except the fact that we talk, move, and all that other stuff. But I just feel like the heart thing with vampires, like the only way to stop them with steak and shit. Like, these powerful ass demons and warriors and shit, the simplest thing can kill them. It's just like crazy as hell.
Yeah. Everybody's got to have their Achilles heel, you know?
Like, it and I've been on the Big Bang thing because I've been watching every episode. Raj said, what would happen if a vampire bites a zombie, or a zombie will bite a vampire? Will the vampire become a zombie, or the zombie become a vampire? Right? And they argue, they never asked the question. But me, I came up with the fact that if a vampire bites the zombie, he will purify his blood, and nothing will happen. But if the zombie bit the vampire, it won't really work because it's crystallized and shit like that. It's hard, so I don't think it will actually penetrate through the skin. If it's Twilight.
Are you talking about Twilight vampires?
Twilight
vampires, you know.
Wait.
This ball.
Let's debate. Yeah. Let's
again.
debate this though. A vampire bites a zombie. What happens to the zombie?
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, I would say nothing.
Well, okay, don't.
Because you have
special to become a vampire, though. Normally, it's not just a bite, right?
Well, I mean, for
the most. Is it just as long as they don't kill you? You become a vampire?
For the most part, yeah. As long as you get, it's the same thing as a werewolf. You get bitten by a werewolf and don't die, then you become a werewolf.
Or if you're like truthful, you gotta get bit by.
You get bit by a zombie, you become a zombie eventually after you die. So you have to think a zombie's heart's not beating, so it's not pumping its blood. So like a bite from a vampire is not going to like carry the vampire virus through its bloodstream to turn it into a vampire.
True, but I didn't even think about that.
So a zombie stays a zombie.
So the whole thing about shooting the zombie's head and like blood works out, that's totally fiction. It's totally false.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It's still got blood in there.
You're already suspending your belief on so many
levels.
That shit. That, like, once you start getting into the minutia of this shit, you're like, what am I doing in my life?
Zombie bites a vampire. What happens to the vampire?
Yeah.
The vampire is already dead.
Technically undead, too.
Well. I don't know. I feel like that one becomes a little more complicated.
Yeah.
If a zombie bites a vampire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing. Vampires can't get sick, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
so maybe
a vampire with a fucking cold. So I mean,
and they're already cold because
he's just gonna like insta regenerate the bite and kill the illness.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, Will makes a good point there.
Usually, right? I think that's how it is.
Yeah.
Because you never. Otherwise, they would die if they get sick. I would think.
Right. Okay. Well, whatever.
They got some Wolverine shit going on.
Yeah. That's cool.
There we go. We're smarter than the guys on the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. So let's get into the main topic of this episode, episode 13. Let's talk about the future of gaming or video games. More specifically, what do you personally want to see in the future of video games?
Honestly, what we were just talking about before we went online. Not Will, damn, sorry. Sean obviously wants to see a new
Duck Hunt, and he wants Nintendo to finally have a console that's online for Mario Kart.
Hey, one, they already like we talked about Oregon Trail, and they revamped that.
It's fucking.
Shit.
It's
Okay.
not Oregon. Quit calling it Oregon.
Oregon. Whatever, the trail
I heard
shit.
somebody else say that shit the other day too. I don't know who it was, but they said that just like that.
It's Oregon.
Either way, they're coming out with it. PlayStation 4, okay?
Yeah. Well, clearly I know. I'm the one that told you.
I know. I thought that up.
So, Sean basically just wants a video game called Oregon Trail. And then he will be happy.
Oh, you're talking about Oregon Trail?
Yes.
The zombie one?
Yeah,
okay, yeah. I saw that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. It looks like Joel and Ellie on the
Yeah.
on the PS blog. It's a spin-off?
So mine's actually been something I was hoping they were going to do with the PlayStation 3, and they kind of started with certain games. But I want to see better AI. More specifically, better like enemy AI. And partner AI for games like Resident Evil 5 and 6, when you're stuck with another person in your party, you know. You can't get around not having this person here. And they just stand there for the most part. Even with The Last of Us, there were certain parts where the your partner AI completely like broke the game for you. Not literally broke the game for you, but
broke immersion anyway.
Yeah, immersion inside like the world and the story, which you would be like 2 feet away from a clicker or another type of enemy, and then like your partner AI would just run right out in front of them, and no one did anything about it. They were like, "Oh, okay," you know. It's like they didn't see them, but clearly they saw them. I don't know. I just want something better. And like I said, they started it with some PS3 games. Take a game like Fear, and even Killzone 2, where enemies would run in a room and say there's a table in the room. They would actually run up to the table, flip the table forward, and duck behind the table. And the first time I saw that, I was like, dude, that's awesome, you know?
Yeah.
And even with Alien Isolation, the AI that they used for the alien itself to hunt you down, just imagine if they made a Predator game like that and you're like in the jungle. Like, think of like Evolved, but a super AI computer-driven Predator hunting your team of 4. Like, dude, like I would love that. Or for instance, they just announced they're making a Friday the 13th video game, Jason Voorhees. Imagine super AI Jason Voorhees hunting your teenage kids down in the woods, man. Like,
just walking.
Yeah, like that's what I want.
But as smartly as can be.
Like I want like super AI.
Walk on the road and drive a car.
Because it's one thing to like put a video game on like super hard veteran mode, you know, and one shot you're dead, and 20 shots the enemy's still standing, you know. That's not AI. That's the video game just like shitty. You know, I feel like that's just shitty, you know. So that's what I want.
No, that's a really good one. That's really good. Because when they start doing, outside of just like a couple scripted events, like the table thing alone was cool. There's only like a few different things that they'll do. But like when they've got like every little enemy you go against has like a variety of things they can do to counter whatever you're doing, that would be pretty cool. And I think the Last of Us would be really cool. That would be like a really big thing if they could like fix, first off, the fact that they don't even see your partners.
Yeah.
But in order to do that, they'd have to address being able to make you your partner and your enemy AIs.
Yeah.
Be good at what they do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a really good one.
And you know, I really thought coming into like the new generation with Xbox One and PS4, with Microsoft, I know we're always talking about Sony, but give credit's due with Microsoft, even though they haven't done much with it. They talked about cloud-based gaming and how they were going to use this cloud to have that almost super AI, and they were talking about it with Titanfall. Well, I guess their idea of super AI and mine are completely different. Because if you ever watched Titanfall matches, the AI players just pretty much stand there in a group, and you can get 4 or 5 kills of AI players from no problem. So I don't know. Maybe it's just something that didn't turn out the way they wanted it to. But I heard the talk about it, and I was like, oh man, this is really what I want. But
yeah, Call of Duty games and Desert Storm. I played on PlayStation 2, like where that way where you have a group and then like they're just shooting. You like you can see the bullets just miss every single person there. And they like you just aim and and you just kill everybody. Like I hate that. It's annoying as hell.
Yeah.
Like even when they throw the grenade, nobody dies. Everybody just scatters and shit. Like they just keep shooting. They don't do nothing. They're like there just for show.
Yeah. Even with that, like most games now, I feel like they've kind of tricked us and they make it look like enemy AIs throwing grenades to try to flank you, to get you out of your cover. But honestly, I feel like they just do it just because they can throw a grenade. It's just like they shoot their guns just because they can shoot their gun.
Yeah, because like, Advanced Warfare.
It's not very. I don't know.
You can shoot like just like guns like that.
I love Sean's demonstrations.
You gotta like hook it up and shoot, and then like while they're doing this, they can hit you while you're trying to get up. Like it's pointless. Like it's stupid.
Yeah.
Let me just randomly shoot damn gun. Yeah. If you ever watch Harlem Nights, you see Eddie Murphy do that. He takes 3 shots, go pop, 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 kills everybody.
Okay. Will, what about yours?
I mean, outside of like everybody's dream of just wandering around like a digital landscape, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
What do I want for the future of video games?
Well, they had that. It was called PlayStation Home, and
yeah, that's true. That's true. That was.
Remember that sweet ass apartment I had? Man, it was so awesome.
I do. I remember loading that sweet ass apartment.
Well,
I remember walking around that sweet ass apartment. And oh, neat. And then wondering what the fuck we were gonna do in that sweet ass.
Let's
apartment.
go bowling.
It was just like real life, really.
Yeah. We were like, let's go bowling. Then you had to wait because so many people were bowling.
Just like real life.
Just like real life.
Just a shit ton of people bowling. You can't even go bowl, man.
You gotta buy rental shoes and play them out. Shit.
Too much reality. That's when it gets bad.
That's true.
That's why they get all those sim games.
I guess one thing I wouldn't mind, kind of more broadly, is less tricks in games, like, and in 2 different aspects. One part I want to say, I don't like when enemies don't follow the same rules as your player character does in video games. And this isn't so much it has to be modern gaming to solve this. Like they can solve this in any game. It's just game design going forward. I would hope that this is more of a staple. I don't like when enemies can do something that you can't. And not necessarily they have special abilities that you can't do, that's fine. But when they specifically can do something like they can go through a wall or something.
Oh yeah.
They can glitch through a wall and hit you when you can't do the same thing to them. And obviously you don't want to be able to do the same to enemies, but a lot of times it's much more frustrating when the enemy can do some bullshit. And you just feel like it's all unfair.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I would hope changes going forward. Will it though? Probably not, because like I said, that's not something that we need modern technology to fix. We just need better design in general.
One good example is Darksiders 2. Like you can strike and you can hit them 3 times and then it will block. And then they will hit you while you're striking and you can have no time to react to block. I hate it. Nothing I hate. But I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. And then on the other kind of similar to that is the kind of facades, I would say. I want to see, this is more to do with what hopefully technology can add to games going forward, is less background stuff that has to be kind of faked. You know what I mean? You got a 2D player or 2D crowd around a soccer game or something like that, and they have to do all kinds of tricks. Not necessarily that, because I don't think that's a huge deal, but stuff like that where they have to create the illusion of something.
Yeah.
But it's disappointing when you try and actually use it to your advantage, and then that's when you find out it's not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the worst. I hate when there's something that looks like it's part of the game, But really, it's just like a very pretty part of the game that doesn't exist.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's something I hope.
Yeah.
I hope it's more like I'd say like Skyrim and Fallout, where like everything is really like actually built there and can be used by the player, fully modeled. Like everything is there for the most part. Like it's not.
That's a really great example, because in those games, you could pick up piles and piles of just junk that you don't need, like plates, cups, like shit you will never use, and then you can go into someone's random house, just drop them all there on their bed, leave and continue playing the game for 15 hours, come back to that person's house, and that shit's still sitting there, like no one's touched it, and like the game keeps up with it.
That's literally one of my favorite things about Elder Scrolls games. But I remember the first time I realized you could do that shit, like pick up things and drop them. I was like, oh, I'm taking this house. And I killed the owner and just taking shit back to that house.
And it's funny you mentioned that, because a game like Alan Wake, when I played Alan Wake, the game seemed like it was going to be one of those fully like kind of open world, go around, do what you want to, like it's a horror game, but it's kind of like open. But it's not. It's only open when you're in the town. When you are actually out in the like forest, I hate the fact that if there's a cliff, why can't I fall off this cliff? There's nothing there stopping me, but I can't. I hate invisible walls. It's dumb. I know it's limitations, but
there's other ways to do it. I think there's better ways that don't disappoint players as you go through a game.
You know what? A really like smart game that did that was Silent Hill 1. I don't know if you guys have ever played this game or even remember it, but when you got to the end of the map of Silent Hill, the road was just like gone. Like something just like bulldozed the hell out of the road and it's gone. And there was just like a pit. And your character is like, what the hell? You know, like he mentions like, how the hell did this happen? Like this isn't possible, you know? So you kind of have to like turn around and go back the other way. But,
yeah. I'm fine with that. I mean, it's not that I can't deal with like walls being like walling you off. I don't need like total open world for every game.
Yeah.
But like just a little bit of effort on that. It can like save me a lot of frustrations. But then like a lot of times it's just like gameplay things. Like when it's like, oh, I want to go up there, jump off, and then attack someone. Yeah. That turns out you can't do that for whatever reason. Right. You know, X, Y, and reason. And it's just like, fuck. Like that's very disappointing. Some games like excel at like letting you do exactly what you think you should be able to do. Like when I play Metal Gear Solid single player, I'm like, oh, this actually works most of the time. Yeah. Which is really nice.
Like, see, Desert Storm, the whole cliff thing, like if you fall off a cliff, like any cliff you see you fall off of, and you will automatically die. And the guy was like, it was just like, you know, you can heal him. But you can't. There's no way to get down there because it's off the mat.
Oh yeah.
You can't bring your guys down there to heal him to bring him back.
Right.
But once he's dead. But he's still like you click on him. He's still like Because you know, single mode you can click on all 4 guys. In like multiplayer, each person has it's 2 people. Like you control 2 people for each character. If you have all 4, then you know all 4 people play as each character.
Yeah.
So you just see him just want to help, but his power will go down because you can't save him.
Right.
So you run up a cliff, you're dead.
Yeah.
It's funny as hell. But the cliff thing for that, it works with Desert Storm.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's certain games where like shit like that happens, and I mean, hell, there's certain games like even like today. I was playing Call of Duty today. And there's a certain map where you can fall off a cliff and you die and get respawned. But I don't know. It's just like certain games, like Uncharted. It's one of those games where like you clearly have to jump from ledge to ledge. But if you're walking and you continue to walk, he'll just stop. He won't walk off. And I know some people are like, well, why would you want him to walk off? I don't know. But he should. Why not? You know, like, why does he stop?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with him catching the ledge if you fall off.
Yeah. But he should, like, just walk off. I mean, there's no reason, like, why he should just, like, I'm not doing that. Bitch, I'm the one playing the game. Go. I want you to walk off. Sean, what's something you want to see in the future of video games?
Well, I was being funny with it, but, like, like honestly, like a game, like a boxing game or a shooting game, like where you just put on like for boxing, like the padding.
Yeah.
Chest plate.
That shit sounds very expensive to me.
Yes, but one day somehow America's gonna get fixed itself and it's gonna pour shit out.
We're gonna start spending our money on some bullshit.
Yeah.
That's when you know that you're making it.
Like I want like some real realism, like with these webcams, the games where you just like move your hands and you can hit shit off the screen. Like when somebody hits you don't feel that shit. It's like box, hit, get hit back.
What's
What's
the machine that they have where the guys get strapped in and they run? Like they use like the VR headsets and they run and they're on like some little round thing and like it picks up them running and stuff. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like some weird shit. Honestly, it looks very tiring, and it's not how I want to play my video games. So.
But I just like we were talking about like I want like the system vibrating or something.
No, yeah, I totally get you. Like if I could get like an Oculus Rift, and I know people are going to hate this, but honestly, you give me like one of those Move controllers and like something like the other one to where I can walk my dude around in like the next Skyrim, I would like seriously straight up like swing that sword. Like playing it with the like playing a game like that, it doesn't have to be Skyrim, I know, but like any type of like gladiator type game, it'd be awesome to play a game like that with like the Move. Or, I mean, even what the Wii did with the Wii nunchucks.
Yeah, I think it'd be really fun.
But I want like true expensive. Like yeah. But you like seriously need like true one-to-one movement and not the shit that we had before.
Yeah,
that's the only problem.
You should be able to like move your hand and then see it move virtually just the same way. Like that's when you know you made it.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Like I would, I mean, it'd be like. I feel like it's doable. Is there a studio out there willing to like put the time, money, and resources into it? Probably not, because I mean, honestly, how many Move bundles got sold and how many are still like in use?
Yeah, they can do it.
Oh yeah, I mean they can totally do it.
Like the Wii, my sister, got dance. What is it? Dance 4 or something like that. She got Dance Engaged for kids.
Yeah.
And you literally like, even though you can dance and do all the moves that you're doing, whatever hand you're holding that remote with, if you just turn it the way you're supposed to, you can hit every single move actually dancing.
Yeah.
See, I don't want it like that. I want that remote to be like part of it. Where like.
See, well, for a game like that, I feel like you don't. That's one of those games where you don't need a remote and it needs to like pick up your body, like Connect style, or even like the PlayStation 4 camera does it now with that Just Dance game. Like you don't use the remotes anymore, you just dance. But even like standing there and doing this, like it still thinks you're dancing, and it's like, oh, good job, good job.
It's programmed to hit only two sensors or whatever, two movements. Like just like what we like with the whole fitness challenge, like you play baseball, golf, and all this stuff. Like, give me a real fitness challenge. Let me do some deadlifts or something like that. Let me bench press, do some curls.
That's not how I want to play my video games.
I do. You can't get to a gym, you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, we'll put you in this game.
No,
Plus real quick.
Honestly, that's probably the only way I would actually work out is by playing a video game. But
that'd be pretty cool done right. I don't think it's been done that greatly before, but I think that'd be fucking awesome done right.
Yeah. But no, I totally get you, Sean. Like, there are certain ideas like I would love to see implemented with like motion controls and stuff like that.
Because honestly, I don't know if it was like honestly 100% real or whatever, but I know Japan invented a pen, a regular pen, to where if you tilt it one way, you have a screen, and then you hit a button, then it has the littered up keyboard, and you can just type on it, and it'll show up on the damn screen on the projector on the wall.
I haven't seen that.
Fucking crazy as hell. I saw it one time. Where have I seen that shit again? It's like 10 crazy designs you haven't heard of or something like that. But it was awesome. Like, yeah, it's just crazy as hell. Like,
they do have like some wild keyboards out now. Like some of them are just like mats. Like they're not actual keyboards; they're just mats, and like you just type on.
Yeah, they have the laser ones too, which is probably what that kind of is.
Yeah.
They had the one with a wrist. like you wear like a wristband. It's kind of like a Fitbit, but it's not. Like you shake it, and then it's basically like a.
Oh yeah.
iPhone,
I have
and,
seen
like,
those.
touch
Yeah.
anything, and you look at it in the bathtub and shit like that. Like, if we could do all that, put that shit in a video game, please. Like,
you know what's funny is there are like Fallout 4, the collector's edition comes with the Pip-Boy, and they made an app for like the iPhone and Android where you put your iPhone in the Pip-Boy that you get with the collector's edition, and that's how you use your stim packs and like change out your weapons and stuff like through your phone. So like you pull it up and like your character pulls it up and then like you start doing it.
It's pretty cool.
I can't wait. I'm be here with that big ass thing on my arm and be like, yeah, motherfuckers.
Because you got the iPhone 6 and S6 and the Galaxy. Like, so it's gonna be
yeah, like, I do wonder like which phone's gonna fit in there. Hopefully mine fits because I have a 4. So
I got a tablet. I got a 4 too. But I got this tablet. More bigger screen. But yeah, some shit like that is awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
And kind of with the Blu-ray, where you can, you know, if you want to see how like they did like a scene, you know, with the people who, you know, with the dots all over them, like how they did the moves and shit.
Yeah.
I kind of like to see the inner works of how a game is created, because I like seeing shit like that because it makes me it lets me know how hard somebody worked on something. Like the brilliance of it, you know, the behind the scenes of how long it took. Like, you know, I didn't really understand the fact that it might take 5 years to make one game. You know, like I never knew that. Like I just thought like, okay, we come up with this game, let's strategize this, let's do it like this, and then boom, game come out.
Right.
You know, but I like seeing shit like that.
Yeah.
If they can do something like that with a game, like if you want to hit the button, like, oh, no, this is how we did it.
Yeah.
That would actually be pretty cool, yeah.
Uncharted does that a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Not like the while it's playing, but they do a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff. And I thought that was really interesting, especially for the first one. I was like, oh, damn, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. And then for me, it doesn't take anything away from the game or the movie if they did something like that, because, like I said, it just shows you.
It's there if you like really love it. If you don't want to bother with it, you don't have to fuck with it. But it's really cool if you do like it a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Because just like I do that with every movie I watch, anime or whatever, and like sometimes I might tell my wife like, hey, you know, in this scene right here, this is how they did it. Like it jumps, he falls, like shit, God damn it, it just went out. Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. What is it?
Ted.
Oh no, not Ted. No,
the other guys.
Cops. What are they? The cops.
The other guys.
The other guys.
Yeah, the other guys. Okay, they were doing the scene where Brock and Samuel Smith was jumping off the roof. They did so many different scenes and different angles of it that people was calling 911 because they were saying like, "Hey, there's people jumping off the roof. Like they're committing suicide." And like, so they had the cops called like 3 or 4 times on them because they kept using different scenes and different angles to catch it. Like, it's fucking amazing. That's crazy as hell. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
But that's what I like about games. Like, if you can do that, like, hey, we decided, like, have him run off this, you know, building here because of this, or we had a glitch, and then all of a sudden, with this glitch, it kind of worked out better than what we originally planned. Like, okay, awesome.
Yes, I would like to see that too, especially now with the way video games are made with all the motion cap, and like before it was just all like pretty much polygon. Like they made a kind of like skeleton in the computer, and then they built the polygons around it, and that's why we had weird ass animations back in the day. And now it's pretty much acted out by actors.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love to see like behind the scenes. So on the flip side of that, what are some things you would like to see go away in video games?
Go away.
I can tell you one that pops in my head is the rewind feature in racing games. I do not understand why this is a feature in games now, like racing games. So you hit a wall after, like through a turn, you hit a wall. You hit whatever the button is to rewind it so you can take that turn again to get a better lap time. Why is that like kills the game, in my opinion. Like, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I had that in Madden too. They used to have it in Madden. I don't know if it's still.
Yeah, see, and that would piss me off as like playing football, and like somebody's like, "Oh, I fucked that up. Let me rewind it and do that play again." No, motherfucker, I caught that ball.
Yeah, I understand that. Like, because Need for Speed, like if you hit something, then like it will push you back in the middle, like it will resets the whole thing, and like you have to build up your speed all over again, and like you lose like 4 spots.
Yeah, so like it's become a popular thing. I think it's in the Grid series. I think it's in the Forza series. And I don't understand. Like, these are supposed to be like simulators. I hate to tell them, but in real life, if you hit something, there's no rewinding.
You can't find it.
Yeah. So that's like the big thing that pops out in my head.
Need for Speed Sport. I mean, not sports. The streets. If you like wreck your car. Like the game is done. You had to restart the whole thing.
That's smart. I actually like that.
They give you like 9 or 10 like restarts on it if you do it in time. But when they show the crashes, it's like all real. Like everything just falls apart in the damn car. It's like awesome. It's one of the best simulators games that I ever played. And it used to annoy me too because this one where you just the faster your car is, like it's just a straight line, just race, no turns, no nothing except for hills and cars that get in your way. Like if you hit something going 100 miles an hour, your car's gone. Like it's just busted all to hell.
That's cool.
I love that part, even though it's frustrating too because I kept losing a lot.
Yeah.
But I like that. Like when you wreck your car, you got to start all over again. There's no repeat.
Right.
It's cool.
Will, what about for you, man?
This is more probably not to do with like what's in the games, but more so to do with how game publishers or developers kind of send out their DLCs.
I'm glad you actually mentioned that.
Fucking tired of that shit, man.
So
I'm super tired of that shit.
Last podcast, I said I thought Battlefront had free DLC. Battlefront's not. $50. Yeah, Battlefront is not the game I was thinking of. I cannot remember what this game is that I'm thinking of. But yeah, saw the season pass for Battlefront, $49.99. That's like a whole nother game. What the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, fuck all that.
That's ridiculous. Like, I thought it was ridiculous when Batman Arkham Knight had a $40 season pass.
Like, I just fucking people keep buying these fucking things. Apparently, man.
I know, man.
They keep selling them, so
yeah, they just sell them. They want to keep doing it.
So dude, that's terrible, man.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to like buying a video game and that's what you got?
See, here's what I want to see more of. I want to see more. Like, basically, I want people to act more like the Witcher developer, CD Projekt Red. Tons of fucking updates to their game after post-launch. Tons of free DLC content. Because guess what? This person just dropped fucking $60 on your game. Brand new. Now, if you want to make it like a code or something like that, I'm fine with that too. But I mean, tons of free DLC. You know? And then, on top of that, they're not releasing like a little $10 fucking horse armor thing. They're releasing like decently meaty size thing. And they're releasing 2.
Yeah.
Just fine. Really, in my perfect world, there would be a fucking 1 DLC limit, paid DLC limit per fucking game.
Right.
And it would have to be like a significant chunk. Like it would have to be what would have been called before an expansion.
Right.
DLCs now are all bite-sized, overpriced pieces of shit.
Right. Especially when it comes down to like
made for people who loved it and it was gonna like revitalize the game.
Yeah.
You know? DLCs now are like the complete fucking opposite of that. It's like pay for a fucking suit of Batman from the 70s for $10.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Yeah. And it's funny, like, if you go to the, like, PlayStation store, Xbox store, and you look at, like, some of the add-on content for games, like, you look at, I hate to be picking on this game, but Call of Duty. Their page is, like, gun paint. Like, who the fuck spends $1.50 on, like, fucking painting their gun this many times? You know, like...
Yeah, I think it's kind of a weird... I don't know if this is exactly why, but when you see free-to-play games and like League of Legends that have like a lot of success, And
I understand
that.
Yeah, and I totally understand.
Free to play, and those are games that actually do free to play like correctly. Like you can play the entire game.
Yeah.
All you get is cosmetic shit for paying.
Right.
And they have a decent amount of shit you can buy, but they don't charge you to play the game in the first place.
And I guess and none of this.
Enjoy that game without it.
And the reality is none of this is really the developer or publisher's fault. I mean, it's our fault as video gamers because we're the ones that buy the shit. And it just sucks because they spend their time working on this stuff when they could be doing other stuff. But.
Well, I mean, it's consumers' fault, but let's be real. It's also the fucking publishers and developers.
But if that's what's selling, I mean, they're in the business of making money and not making you happy.
I know. But I mean, look at fucking CD Projekt Red. They just made a shit ton of money. They made a quality project. They put in a lot of money.
Okay, but you take a game like Grand Theft Auto 5. How many DLCs has come out with that? I mean, yeah, they have that card shit that you can buy now, but that's just like money you can spend in the game on the online part of like buying more ammo or buying new cars, you know.
I don't like it.
They don't have like
it's a good game, good solid game. You can enjoy the hell out of it without.
But they have no other DLC. They don't need DLC, and like, how many games can say that they can sell that many copies and not have to worry about making DLC for that game too? You know.
It's true, but they should have DLC. They should have like a full-on expansion pack with all of that shit that they've been doing, all that work that they've been doing. They could have made like a very
they could have easily like
that would have had tons of stuff, would have been more cohesive, would have got people more excited about it.
Just imagine when the heist stuff came out. When the heist came out, if they would have like said, "Well, you know what? We're going to have to charge you $19.99 for these heists because it didn't turn out the way we thought it was going to turn out." So now you're having to pay for that. I mean, they could have done that, and people still would have like paid for it.
Yeah, they would.
No doubt in my mind, people would have paid for the heist for that game because that's what everybody was super excited about.
That's true, but I mean, that was more of a thing where they. I don't want to put that in the same category because that was something that they had.
No. I'm just saying that they could have.
It was really the only main thing they had going on in multiplayer. Multiplayer was pretty barren, so I don't want to put that quite in the same category.
No,
Plus, it took way fucking longer than they said it was supposed to. So that wasn't
that's the nature of the beast of video games now. Because we've seen that for.
It was like a full fucking year after, though.
But we've seen that with like everybody.
I mean, they knew before time. Is all I'm saying, and that's not okay.
No.
To like, there's no fucking way they didn't know.
See, okay.
There's no way.
Going back to the topic, that's something else I want video games to stop doing. Don't announce your game 20 fucking years before it's ready to come out. A la fucking Final Fantasy 15 or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah. Oh my god, man. And like Kingdom Hearts 3. Like Final Fantasy set like Final Fantasy 7 remake. We're not going to see that game until like fucking 2020. That thing's going to be on like the PS6 probably.
Yeah, they're fucking Square Enix really is the worst.
They are, but I mean everybody else too.
They're really hurting themselves more than anyone else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, look at
they're the ones who are going to sell less games.
Look at like The Last Guardian. Like, honestly, one of the like most anticipated Sony games for the PlayStation 3. Never saw that game. Then they went completely dark with that game. And now it's like, oh, it's on the PlayStation 4 and it's coming out in 2016 sometime. Like, what the fuck have y'all been doing?
Yeah, honestly, I think a good time to announce it would probably be like 9 months before launch.
Exactly.
Because that time you could really keep up with like putting shit out fairly consistently to keep people like in the know.
Yeah,
never forget
and that's about the time span where they need for the beta. You know, they're like, oh, well, this game's coming out, and like you said, 9 months. We're rolling out the beta this coming up weekend, so we can test.
Exactly. You can announce it. You can have people play it.
Exactly. That's how it should work,
man. More things about the game as it goes, and it's just like a game. You shouldn't announce a game in more time than it takes to create a fucking human being. You know? Yeah. I feel like.
Yeah.
After a while, it's just like. Why are you telling us about this game that's coming out in 2 years even? It's like, fuck, man. And Square Enix is definitely the absolute worst.
And then turn around and say, hey, look, since you pre-ordered this game, we're going to cancel your shit because you know why? You're not going to have fucking story mode. You're going to have online and zombie. Like, don't do this.
Hey, I'm still very surprised they canceled that shit for you and gave you your money back.
It made me happy because they're putting money back on my wallet.
I'm like super surprised they did that on their own.
Because like I honestly, like yes, maybe I need to get a PlayStation 4, but I don't have to get one because PlayStation 3 is shit. I love it. And I have games up there that I haven't played yet that I want to finish playing. But I was excited as hell for that game to come out, and I pre-ordered it as soon as I could, and then turned around and was like, hey, I'm not going to play the story. And like me personally, I like playing the story because it's just like, you know, a game like, okay, I want to beat this on story, then yeah, I go playing on multiplayer. Because I'm like, yeah, I have fun. Black Ops 2 was fun as hell online, but story mode was awesome. Loved it. I want to see how the Part 3 goes.
Yeah. They make good stories. I mean, it's not the greatest game in the world, in my opinion, but they make like...
But
they're constant. I mean, they're solid.
Really they're not like the worst thing. Some of them are surprisingly good.
You know, they're solid. I mean, they are very constant with what they put out. Like it's, and I don't mean that in any like derogatory or like negative like content. Like it's, if they are like the level of parness in video games, then they are it. You know, like some people. I mean, you can have like take Battlefield. Battlefield, what? 2 and 3 were really good. 4 came out, and it was a fucking disaster. You know? Assassin's Creed's another one. Most of the Assassin's Creeds came out, Unity came out, and it was a fucking disaster.
Yeah. That's true. Most Call of Duties have been
pretty they're pretty...
especially when you compare it to other games that come out every single year.
Yeah.
They're doing a pretty good job. And I think even better than Battlefield, and I definitely switched to Battlefield a while ago, and now I'm just kind of like not so into it.
Yeah, I still have.
I'd still probably rather play Battlefield than Call of Duty, but no, I don't feel the need to like buy it day one because I just feel like I've been fucking taken for a fool before.
Yeah, I still have Battlefield 4 to actually like go through and finish, but now after playing Hardline, I'm like, do I really want to? You know, and I hate to like judge 4 off of like Hardline's performance, I guess,
but with me, if you're gonna play, if you strictly gonna make games for online, because online does take off a lot, and then just do it. Like, don't have the campaign or story mode, or whatever. Just do that.
They'll eventually get around to that, man. You know, like they'll eventually.
I believe that's why they did it with PS3. Like, you know, it's like just put it online, but we still have a whole bunch of people buy it. You know?
Yeah, I honestly like I could be wrong, but I feel like I see them making a Call of Duty of some type, and it's strictly online only at some point. And it's like one of those like free to play games. Like it's free. Here's all the other like bullshit you can buy with it. Here's the extra map packs. Because think of the maps and shit that they come out with Call of Duty, and how many fucking people buy all those maps, man. That's like a whole nother game. If you look at their like season pass, it's like paying for another $60 game too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know why people were so like outraged at the Battlefront, but aren't equally outraged at Call of Duty.
Yeah,
maybe they are, but it doesn't seem that way.
And I don't know what the fuck EA did with Battlefield, because I remember that Battlefield thing being like $120, and I don't know what the fuck that BattleNet shit or whatever the hell it was.
What was it?
It's something they did for Battlefield 4, I believe. It's like Battlefield Premium Edition or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And it was like $100 and some dollars, man.
Jesus. I did get Premium for Battlefield 3, and that was like, by the end of it, I regretted it.
Yeah.
I was super into Battlefield 3, super into it, but not enough to continue with those fucking map packs, how spaced out they were. By the time those are all out, you're done with the game. Multiplayer game, like, unless you're like a huge fucking fan, and I was a huge fan of Battlefield, even that was too much for me. And it was just That's why I'm much more in the favor of getting like one really good expansion pack out, and then start working on your next game full team. You know, don't just fucking focus on what's next. Support it a little bit for the people that still have that game. Hopefully, you put a lot of content in your original game too. But then if someone wants a little bit more, they get a nice big meaty expansion pack, and then you start working on your next thing for them. That's like the best way to do it, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because I don't know who, like when they come out with a game, okay, like let's have this group of people of 20 come in and play the game and see how they like it, and then like base their game off of 20 people or 30 people, well, okay, 10 people didn't like this, but 20 people loved it. Let's keep this.
And but, like, from the experience of being in one of those groups a couple of times, I cannot tell you how many times I fucking put my head down and shook my head, rolled my eyes at some of the shit people say in those fucking things. Because, oh my god, man. I went to the Ubisoft studio that's here in North Carolina, and people were talking about the guy asked, he was like, what would you like to see in the next Far Cry? And this one guy was like, oh, I would like to see like a hub world, kind of like Destiny. And the other guy's like, oh yeah, Destiny's a fun game. I just started playing that game. Like, yeah, it should be like, you should have a hub world where you meet up with friends and you go do missions. I'm like, go fucking play Destiny if you want it to be like Destiny. Don't fuck with my Far Cry, man.
But see, like that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just base it off of like a certain amount of group.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole world out there, just waiting for a game to be, just waiting for that game to be awesome. And then, like, you put some bullshit in because 20 or 30 people say, oh, it was awesome. And you think everybody else going like, no, nobody else is going to like it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just say, hey, look, this is a game we just came out with. Even if it's not a video or a trailer or anything, like, just say, hey, this is how we're going to do it. Right? And then listen to everybody's response to it.
Yeah. To be honest, that's actually what they do. They really don't. I guess they take in consideration what people say after the fact. But for those groups that I've gone to, I mean, they don't take anything out of them.
Well, if they would listen to everybody, they would have never made that damn Fantastic Four.
Wow. It's a good thing they did, because that shit's going back to Marvel now. So.
Yeah. Thank you. And I don't get. Marvel, please just revamp the whole thing and fucking go back again.
No, they just need to put it on the shelf.
Just burn that shit.
Yeah, put it on the shelf for a while.
Nobody wants to see that shit. There's been fucking like a decade of bad movies from that fucking series. Like, nobody wants to see that shit.
Put it on the shelf.
Maybe in 20 years you can fucking release one. That's
finish your fucking Phase 3 bullshit that you're doing, and then you can bring after Fantastic Four.
On Gotham, I don't know who out there watches Gotham. But the last episode had this thing. I forgot to say. What's his name again? Who played the character?
Oh, Michael Chiklis.
Yeah. He's a new captain, right? And he came in there like he threw a chair down and broke it and everything like that. He's like, this is gonna be a new Gotham. We're gonna take down this criminal. We'll take down that criminal. And like he called out all these officers' names. Like there was like 10 of them. He's like, all of y'all are fired. And then he starts raving, and then starts like going off again. And he's like, "What are you
spoilers, by the way?
Here? You don't want to see me when I get mad." And the only thing I said was,
like, then he was all like, "Jim Gordon, it's clobbering time."
Yeah, it's Jim Gordon, it's clobbering time. Like, it's fucking hilarious to see him. And then to see him on the old TV show that he was on with fucking hair. Is fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
He just had that comb over like hard as hell. It's like Donald Trump and shit. It was funny as hell to see him on a damn TV show, and then go from Marvel to DC, like fucking bottom line.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Yep, it's time to go. But yeah, I mean, I think we had some pretty good ideas,
Yeah, I really did. Okay, if we can make the damn games that we just talked about, yeah, let's do it.
No. Never want to get into the business of making a video game.
Let's go, baby doll.
Yeah, I'll stick to playing.
Yeah.
Let's take.
But yeah, that's going to do it for us this week. Trying to think. Hopefully next week we'll be back on Friday night. But yeah, unless you guys have anything else.
Nope. Just remember, you guys are gonna be joining us.
Yeah, like I said, you're gonna have to
patch.
You're gonna have to text that to me.
That's right.
I'm not gonna have a real man's beer.
Yeah, you're gonna have to text me that.
Out in front of my porch. So if I put them in the sun and let them rot, they become alcohol. So I can just do that.
It's not how it works.
Whatever you want to do.
At the drunk squirrel, it's fucking hilarious. The drunk squirrel, because he does that. He like,
oh my god,
he's the pumpkin trying to climb up the tree and fall backwards. Like this is fucking hilarious. Squirrel.
So it happened the first time, man.
All right, let's get out of here.
And by the way, this is gonna be my last beer if we kept going.
Jesus.
6-pack. Yeah.
Killing them, man.
I was good. I only brought one up here because that's what I was like. That's all I'm gonna drink tonight.
Not me.
So yeah, I'll work on trying to pronounce that shit that you bought and see if I can find it. But like I said, you need to text that name to me.
If not, I will settle for any bullshit holiday flavored drink that you can find.
All right then. Until next time, guys. Later.
Peace out.
It's too late for you.
It's too fucking late.
It's too late for you.
I had to get my other draft. I had to get my other. I had to get draft.
That one we made good time on. Stayed on topic and shit. Look at us.
I know, right?
Yes. Professionals. We're getting there.
It's only an hour and like 9 minutes. An hour and 10 minutes.
Wow. Someone might actually fucking watch that whole thing through if they wanted to.
I think it's because you said you had to leave early. I think.
Yeah, I was actually trying to like move it along.
Yeah, man, I got to say that every time, just so we can have like an hour.
Hey, let's leave early. I gotta get my girlfriend's.
So I mean, that's usually what we're shooting for. Yeah, we'll go for an hour, and it's like fucking 4. And like, ah, shit.
Yeah, but this ain't can't play around.
So next week, I think we're going to do horror movies and TV shows.
It's fun horror movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
I
will accept
TV shows or just random.
Do what?
Like our favorite horror
movies? Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, I'm sure we'll just talk about random ass ones anyway. And I'll accept like thriller type TV shows and movies. You know?
Like a goofy movie.
Yeah, like scary movie.
Yeah.
And we've got looking at the people that like the podcast on SoundCloud. We actually have like a repeat customer, at least one.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
Kava Harshu Mahe. I mean, it looks like an Indian name to me.
Yeah.
I would say, is that an Indian or Hawaiian name?
I mean, the first name sounds more. I bet if there was a lot of vowels, I would say Hawaiian, but it looks Indian. Yeah. He's like quite a few episodes. I wonder if he actually he must be one of these people that actually listens to this shit.
I doubt it. Well, like these guys need some love.
But he's doing it weekly though. It's pretty impressive.
Remember to give a shout out next time for that person.
Maybe not though. Maybe it's just something that I don't know. Could be just people that just like everything. Just get people to get likes back, but
yeah.
Him and then Mixtape Drop or something like that. He was doing it a lot.
If they're liking our shit, hoping that.
Why do we have so many Indian likers? If you look at the likes on it, there's a lot of Indians. I got very Indian sounding names. I don't know if they're actually from India.
Yeah.
I guess if they're not, then it doesn't really matter.
Oh, but India, the one with the top, not the one with the.
Yeah, from India.
Yeah, from India. We invented the 6 positions.
The ones that made. What the fuck was it that we had? What was that beer? Kingfisher.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, man, that beer just put my ass to sleep. Oh.
I still have some of that downstairs too.
Yeah, only thing I got left to drink is all Mason. It's like maybe 2 drinks left in that one. And I have to be at work at 7 o'clock in the morning.
I might have to have a drunk night and start clearing my refrigerator out again. Because it was empty, and now it's starting to fill up again.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. When we do that 24-hour podcast, yes, I'm gonna be drinking all this out. Hey, you see that couch behind you? I want to pass out on that thing.
Yeah, that thing's comfortable, man.
I got to put in my day for Sunday because I know damn well I'm going to be up as long as I can playing whatever game we're going to play, and I'm not going to be able to go to work.
We're going to play Drakengard. That's all we're going to play.
Fuck yeah.
It's the only game we're going to play.
Can you actually play Drakengard?
Yeah, I got my PS2.
Yeah, give me that.
Can you like stream it and shit?
Yeah, I finally actually got my converter, so I got it to where I can. I was actually playing WCW versus NWO today on the Nintendo 64. I didn't stream it or anything, but I just hooked everything up to make sure it was working.
Speaking of which, hey man, can you bring that damn X-Men game? Because I asked my niece if I could borrow her system. But
you already got one game out, man. Can't let you borrow another one.
Come on, man. I gotta beat that game.
What game?
The X-Men game on Sega Genesis.
Man, I wouldn't be letting them borrow that shit.
Tell you, man.
What the hell are you doing?
You already got Resistance, man. That's a fucking rule. You don't rule.
You already got one game out, man.
Tonight, if I want to.
Well, then beat it. Give it back.
Yeah, I will. My wife already wanted me to take off.
Man, I don't give fucking anyone games anymore. I don't even want to give anyone one game. Fucking gave some guy Uncharted 2 once. Didn't get that shit back for like 2 years, man.
Yeah,
fucking 2 years.
That's the sad part. Is like, hey, let me borrow that game. Oh, okay. Yeah, you borrowed it from me, but you get my shit back.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, man. I like chase you down in the street. I'm like, where's my game? Where's my game?
So
I'm
like
very picky when it comes to somebody asking me about Mario my shit.
Well, see, with me, I didn't ask. You just offered.
Oh yeah, I know. Because I know where you work at.
Yeah.
And now I know where you live. So
today, I had to pop my daughter because she actually opened up my cabinet to where my games are, and that's the very first game she grabbed. The case of Resistance. I went over there. I said, "Blink." She looked at me. She was like, and then she just fell. She's like, "Oh." She didn't even cry. She just said, "Oh." I was like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Don't touch my game. Don't do that.
Don't touch my games."
That's funny.
Yeah, because I came home this week. It was like a Tuesday or something. Because my wife warned me. She's like, "Okay, when you go home, the house is gonna be a little bit dirty because of Kelly and everything." I was like, "Okay." My games were just everywhere. Like, luckily, she didn't take the disc out of the games. They were just open, and some of the shit that's inside, like
all that shit, man. Like, if I ever have kids,
just
shit's gonna be
everywhere.
like a safety cabinet while they're pulling shit out like that.
I was just looking. I was like, I'm gonna kill both of them. Like, fuck up everything you want in this house, but when it comes to my games, do not touch them. Don't do that.
Well, it used to be a much bigger deal for me back in like the old days when games could get scratched the fuck up when people were pulling them out and shit like that, man.
Yeah.
Like, can't tell you how many games were lost because of that. Right, man.
Yeah, like
especially borrowing a game. Like, fuck no, you can't borrow my game. You're gonna fucking scratch the shit out of this thing.
I went to the like she was an ex-girlfriend, but my son and her son used to hang out all the time, and he wanted to come over and spend some time with him and stuff. So when I dropped them back off, this guy was playing actually Need for Speed, and like he just on the Xbox and he just hit the open button, like while the game was playing. Put on pause, hit the open button, and I didn't know him at all. I said, "What the fuck are you doing right now?" Like, what's the matter? I said, "You don't ever take a game out while you on the game. That's how you scratch the shit out of the fucking game. Don't ever do that." They kind of like look like, okay, I'm sorry, like, because if you do that, it's gonna leave a big ass line in the game, and then you won't be able to play it at all. You have to fuck the whole system up. That's how passionate I am about games. Don't do this shit.
Pretty much everything on mine, man. I don't want people fucking it up, especially people I don't know. I would have been pissed. But hey, fuck you doing over here? Turn that shit off first.
I actually got mad at my wife because when I was working at Food Line, and it was like one of the weekends, I was downloading, I think it was part of Darksiders too. And she like, when I got home, she's like, "Yeah, I saw your system on and I cut it off." I was like, "What the fuck? Like, I was downloading the game. Why did you cut it off?" I said, "Oh my god." And like I got so pissed off at her, and then I had to wait for it to download all the fucking bad stuff.
That's your fault though, man. You gotta let other people know that shit.
Well,
because I mean, like when that shit's on, it just looks like it's just sitting there.
I told you before that I was going to download a game, and like I was like, if you see, it was in. No matter of fact, it was in the morning time. I set my PlayStation from 6 to 8 to download all the updates and shit like that. And she woke up because of Kaylee. That's how it happened. She woke up when Kaylee woke up, and she saw it on. She cut it off, and then I had to re-download. When it comes to games, I just get stuff. Let me have games, please. Because when I get to my brother-in-law, I love him to death, but he would take a game out quick, just put it on the table. Like,
yeah. I definitely don't like when people like don't put games back in the case when it's mine. I'm like, no. Don't leave that shit out on the counter.
It's kind of like
I used to do that shit until that fucking time when my dogs ate like 3 of my games, and that shit doesn't happen anymore. I mean, those were Blu-rays, so I was like, oh, it's not going to get scratched, but they can still get eaten.
Yeah.
You don't put a glass club on the coaster. You just like, okay, just put it on the coaster. I don't want that ring around my glass table.
Oh, yeah, I got coasters everywhere, man. Fucking coasters, man. Never realized how important they were until I had my own fucking furniture, and I'm like, hey.
The funny part is with mine, mine are my wedding pictures. Like, when you put the pictures in, it's just like me kissing her, or me dancing, or her doing something, and all that.
Just like, let me just put this beer on top of that.
They're like, let me cover this up. This is what I'm drinking right now. Like, shit. Yeah.
Man, this Dark Souls 3 beta looks sick as fuck.
Playing it right now, man.
Awesome. No, you aren't. Now, if you're playing that shit, you're telling me your password, and I'm hopping on your account and I'm playing that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. They had like a lottery thing where they gave it to everybody, or they gave it out to randomly to people, but I didn't get invited. I was pissed off. I got in the Dark Souls 2 one, but I don't think that one's very hard to get into.
I haven't the first one, but they have Dark Souls 2 up there on PlayStation 3. I was going to get that, but they don't have. I want to see if they're on the store if I can put it up. I might get the first one.
It's really good. It's pretty hard though.
Yeah, I don't know if there will be your type of games.
Yeah.
They're really fucking hard. Like, I've seen other people play it and they just get frustrated really quick. I personally fucking love them, but a lot of people don't.
The more frustrated I get with the game, the more experience I get.
Well, you'll probably fucking love these games then, I'll tell you that.
Castlevania and Darksiders, I don't get frustrated, I just get pissed. Like, it's different. When I get pissed off at a game, okay. If I get frustrated, I'm like, no, I'm going to beat this level, then I'm going to cut it off. It doesn't matter what time.
Yeah, the only one I've beat's Demon Souls.
That one's probably the toughest one, honestly. I would say, anyways. There's parts in Dark Souls that are hard, but I would say overall, Demon Souls like fucking the hardest one that I played.
I haven't played much to, I guess, cast judgment.
Man, I'm telling you, you need to fucking.
I need to get into
with those. I love that shit.
Need to get into them, man. It's on the list.
Huh.
The ever-growing list.
Yeah, that shit.
Hey, Steven, did you use that app for your zombie face?
Yeah.
I forgot about that app. Oh, speaking of which, I was talking to Steve. Since y'all two have PlayStation 4s and I have PlayStation 3, I figured if we had like downloaded a game from